And welcome back, everybody, to the Freaking Awesome Podcast, and this is episode 42.
Yeah, man. Let's kill that bass head. Alright, let's do this. I'm on the air, we got this podcast flow. It's me and Tony on the mics, we gotta let you know of current events, little gaming, sprinkling some entertainment. We stay humble, but our moms still think we're famous. Turn up the bass and baby, maybe let that magic flow. Our spoken word is all the things you really wanna know. Having a good time on the show, T-Bows and Matty G. Tune in and hit subscribe and join us on the FAP.
Welcome, everybody, to the Freaking Awesome Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Bowes, and virtually sitting across me is our birthday boy, Matty G.
Hey!
Happy birthday, brother.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm the big 33, getting old.
Oh, my God. You're still 10 years behind me. You really make me feel old, man. It's like looking at you.
You look good. You look good.
Yeah, thanks. Do you have a good day so far?
Yeah, so far so good, man. Feeling the love for sure. Lots of folks have dropped me messages and phone calls and Facebook and all that good stuff. So I'm definitely feeling the love today.
Well, if we're going to make your day any better, we have an extra special guest today. Is a legend in the business. We've got art director, production designer, a director, an all-around amazing gentleman, Joe Alves. Joe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's not as hot as it was yesterday here, so it's very relaxing.
What's your temperature like?
Well, right now it's probably high 70s, but we went through a period the last week where we're up into the hundreds.
Wow.
Actually, 100 in the high 90s, and it's cooled off now to the normal temperature this time of year. Here it's in the mid-70s to sometimes low 80s.
That beautiful time of the year. You know what? We're totally jealous. We haven't actually gotten over 16 degrees Celsius yet.
Wow.
So that's very low. We're talking like your 30s. So
that's
we're still
pretty
a little
cold.
cool. Yeah, it's to us that's a warm day. I mean, now it's not a hot day. We get up into the 30s, so we do get up there in the summers. But right now we're still waiting for that beautiful weather. Mother Nature's been kind of screwing with us and throwing snow every once in a while, which is a little uncharacteristic.
Yeah, that's been weird.
Yeah,
it'll be like perfectly sunny, and like one day you're wearing shorts, and the next day you're literally you can't even go outside.
Yeah,
real inconsistent.
Yeah,
New York had snow a couple of days ago, and before that it was hot. People, Anyway.
Yeah, New York's actually really close to us, so it's pretty similar weather.
Mm-hmm. You know, it really goes to my theory that I think with everybody having been locked inside and emissions are on a low because people aren't driving as much as normal, is we've actually let the world cool down. We've that global warming is coming down, and now we're actually getting proper Canadian weather, right? So
real cool.
Nobody's driving anywhere. Everybody's at home.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mother Nature's taking a big, deep breath and taking a crap on us. So, oh well, Matty G, how about we get into the news?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got some funny ones, short and sweet. So this was one that caught my eye here. A little bit of Canadian and American news. So a U.S. man asked a Sioux border guard to sell him weed. So a man from Grand Rapids, Michigan, is facing impaired driving charges after he showed up at the Canada-U.S. border on Monday evening and asked a border guard to sell him weed. The 29-year-old man allegedly admitted he had marijuana on him, and the border guard suspected he was impaired. Members of the Sault Ste. Marie Police Service were called at 7 p.m. Officers then headed into the Canadian Border Service Agency building to deal with the man. It is alleged that the accused drove his vehicle onto an inspection lane, declared he had marijuana on him, and asked the border security officer if he could buy marijuana from them. Upon arrival, Sioux police officers took the accused man into custody and transported him to the police services building. The accused was given a drug recognition evaluation, and he performed poorly. He was charged with impaired driving and is scheduled to appear in court on July 6th.
Not too smart, huh?
I feel like that guy had more than pot in his system.
You would have to.
I mean, first of all, to show up with your own weed but then to be like, I'd like to buy more weed from you guys. Now, you're not 100% wrong.
Police.
You know, we're Canada is good with this stuff, right? But you're really asking the wrong people.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so that's going to go up on the Bonehead Awards for poor crimes. Now, my article today is I think might actually trump that one. This one is a short and sweet, but we basically had the headlines about a driver trying to bait another driver into a street race. The twist to this was that the other driver was a cop.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, exactly. And this is from our beautiful friends down in Florida. And street racing isn't for everybody. And let's be honest, it's not the most legal and or safe thing to do. But Connor Michael Prolicchia, who's 20 years old, was charged with racing on the highway after he tried to challenge a Clearwater police officer to a Fast and Furious-like competition.
Good.
The police
Was the
said,
car unmarked, Tony?
yes, it was.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, so the police was basically seeing driving on the the police said that the gentleman, Prolicchia, was driving east on the Courtney Campbell Causeway at 2 a.m. when he pulled alongside the officer and started revving his engine in an attempt to bait him into the race. At which point he sped off and was actually going quite fast. I think he got up to I think it was 120 miles an hour.
Oh, geez.
And
really?
and basically the police eventually did pull him over. When they did, his excuse was, "I was just trying to go fast. I didn't know it was against a police officer."
So dumb.
Right. So he had like the lamest excuse, and then on top of that, he's basically he was arrested. He's been held on bail for with a $10,000 bond. I don't know what to say, kid. Like, first of all, if you're stupid enough to do it, make sure it's not a cop.
I wonder if the cop if he had revved his engine as well, if that would have been entrapment.
I would imagine it would. Yeah, I would.
Right?
I would imagine that would be a form of entrapment. But you know what? Who's to say, right? I mean, who's to say if he was just revving his engine or if he just, was not pushing the brake as hard? So it's all hearsay, and I think at that point it would go in the police officer's favor. So
that's funny.
Because you remember, like, they of course have dash cams, right? So they're watching this guy speed off past him. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I bet you that guy face palmed so hard when he got pulled over.
Well, let's just say his mugshot isn't very impressed.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
I'll pop into my next one here. This one's really short, but it's actually really funny when I came across it. So up here, I don't know if it's the same in the States, but all of our casinos have been closed for the Social Distancing Act.
Yeah.
So funny enough, so this website has opened up, and basically you're able to gamble online for porn stars playing ping pong. And so this is like, and apparently there's thousands upon thousands of people that are pouring onto this site to watch this event. So tonight at 6:30 it kicks off. It's a tournament, and you can go on and basically bet on porn stars playing ping pong, which is hilarious.
So I guess my big question is, do the porn stars have clothes, or is this naked ping pong?
You know what? I tried to find more sources, and it wouldn't say.
Because I feel like there would be a disadvantage, probably both for men and women on that, right?
On focus, right?
That's right. The guys get distracted, and because of the table, it's at about crotch level. So if you ever have to reach into a ball, it's pretty dangerous, especially if you're at the corner of the table.
Yeah.
And if they're naked, it'd be like, they were playing ping pong?
Right.
You wouldn't even...
Yep, it's true. That's funny. All right, so I got this one was absolutely hilarious. When I saw this one, I honestly couldn't believe it was real. And I really had to do some digging into this one because it was actually so funny that I almost thought it had to be a joke. The headline on this one was, "Man steals wine from the wine truck driving down the highway." And I thought, okay, that's no big deal. Like, someone just jacked a truck, right? Mm-hmm. Well, in this particular case, it wasn't the regular hijacking that you would anticipated. It basically reads, if you like wine, you're going to love this one. Even if you don't, there's nothing wrong with an early morning booze story. This guy didn't hijack the truck, but yet climbed aboard to get a sip while it was running. So
What?
Gabriel Moreno jumped onto a moving tanker truck carrying a bulk red wine, and then went under the belly to unscrew the valve, and then drank the wine as the truck traveled up Highway 99.
Oh my God.
So to further into this, Moreno was caught basically on video. There's video footage of this guy doing it, where he climbed aboard a Cherokee Freightline's tanker truck. And what happened originally is he had pulled off to the side of the road and put on his hazard lights and was basically directing the truck to the side of the road. The trucker pulls over thinking that there might be a mechanical issue or there was maybe some reason why he was being flagged down. Then the video shows Moreno not basically only in his underwear running to the passenger side of the truck. Now, at this point, the trucker's like, okay, there's nothing wrong. This is just weird. So he pulls back onto the road. But without shirt, shoes, or anything, he's riding on the side of the tanker in his underwear and then climbs under the truck as it basically hits the freeway. So now it's traveling up to 80 miles an hour, and this guy's under the truck holding on in his underpants, releasing the valve as the wine just basically pours into his mouth and all over the place.
Hilarious.
Now, the trucker, of course, realizes that the tanker's starting to lose fluids. And he basically calls in saying, he's losing liters of liquids and he's going to have to pull over. So when they basically pull over, they had basically said that they found him underneath, holding on, covered and stained in red wine, and the truck had lost over 1,000 gallons of the product, which spilled all over the highway. So it was enough to fill about 5,000 bottles of wine.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh! Do you know how much that would have been if it was a decent wine?
Right?
Oh.
So it just blew my mind. I thought this guy's got to go up in the Hall of Fame of risky things for stupid things.
Yeah, dude, that's really funny.
Absurd.
I love that one.
Absurd.
Yeah, that almost should go in a comedy. So
Right?
Yep. All right. You said you had another quick one?
Yeah, I had one last one.
All right.
Joe, in Canada, we only really have 5 big banks, where I know in America you guys have tons and tons. So this one's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we only have really 5 big ones, and so when they make
I think
do something that creates a blunder, it's pretty widely known. So CIBC, it's actually the bank that I bank with. They basically discontinued one of their customer service telephone lines, and another company grabbed it before CIBC had taken it off the website, and it led to an adult party line. So basically what was happening was people were calling in about their mortgages and going straight to an American sex line.
Okay. Absurd.
Oh, wow.
So, anyways, I don't know if I'm throwing out the number because if you want to try it, I don't know if it still works, but it's 1-800-663-4653. So if you're listening to this, give it a shot and see if it's still up. But
follow up and let us know. That's good. That's crazy.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of customer service, I heard on the news basically because of the whole COVID thing, Costco's down in the States. I don't know about so much up here because I haven't been to a Costco in quite some time, but they're making face masks a mandatory thing. So when you come in, you have to put a face mask on. Well, some
states. I don't think all the states.
Okay, so some of the states. So one patron, of course, went in and they said you have to put on a mask, and they were like, "No, I don't have to put on the mask. That's your rule. It's not mine. I pay a membership. I can come in." So they turned them away, and that customer was so outraged they went on to Twitter and said how poor customer service it was, and how it's their right not to choose not to take a mask. And that they will exercise their right to ask for a refund on their membership. Now, Costco saw this and replied back And they said, well, we will exercise our right to deny your claim to return your membership.